Norman's already knows Spider-Man's identity, and he's like, "Nah, Roderick, we don't need to take off his mask. You don't need to know who he is. I do, yeah, because I'm Norman Osborn." And Roderick King's like, "You try to screw me." And then, as in Goblin Nation, where
Say the word, Daddy-O.
Hi guys, welcome to this fake out episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your host, the man who's orange and blue, T.Y. Chung.
And the man who became a franchisee of villains, Carl Charles. Yep, I remember that.
So today we're going to talk about Hobgoblin, just finishing our Goblin Spider-Man enemies here. Actually, we're going to lump in Monster as well, because we didn't speak about the Monster before as well.
That'd be like Demogoblin?
Yeah. Demogoblin will be in here as well, because he's part of Hobgoblin 4.
Yeah.
But even though Hobgoblin 1, no. So Hobgoblin 1 is Hobgoblin 1, but the first Hobgoblin chronologically was not actually Hobgoblin 1. No. That's the problem.
Yeah. It gets quite convoluted.
See, but you know how we're going to have to wrap around to this in the end, but you know what they end up doing with Roderick Kingsley, where he's just like, yo, I'm just going to get all these guises, right?
Yeah.
From all these other villains, buy them out, right? And then sell them out to people to wear. And I'm like, okay, but that's not all right. I mean, okay, I suppose it fits his persona. Like the persona, how they end up with him is just like, well, he's gonna rip off the Green Goblin, right?
Yeah.
And now look at what he's doing.
He's gonna rip off everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. And they get money for it because he was a fashion designer and he's ripping off fashion designs. So I'm like, this makes a lot.
It makes a lot of sense. Because
except that was that the plan to begin with? No. And that is the problem.
No. I don't think anything in comics is actually planned to begin with. It's just able to fall into place.
We'll start with Hobgoblin 1, who is Roderick Kingsley, except that. Okay, so the Hobgoblin mystery was the new Green Goblin mystery. Who's the Hobgoblin, right?
Yeah.
Green Goblin had been around for a while, done and dusted, and Harry Osborn was Green Goblin with no powers or whatever. So it's just like So Spider-Man went to. They created a new Spider-Man enemy, the Hobgoblin, who found a Green Goblin hideout and was like, some underling found it, and then it got to Roderick Kingsley.
Yeah.
Who then I think he basically got a Green Goblin costume and then added a cape to it and dyed it different colors.
Yeah.
And as you know, when he just deals with fashion designs, it makes perfect sense because that's what he does.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, oh yeah, look. That person there made a great fashion catwalk thing with you. Let me just steal it and remake it.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, kind of.
And then he tested the Goblin formula on one of his foot soldiers or whatever.
Yeah.
Donovan, right?
Yeah.
So when Spider-Man unmasked the first Green Goblin, it wasn't him. It wasn't Roderick Kingsley. It was Lefty Donovan.
Yeah.
But then he's about to expose the boss.
Yeah.
And then he gets killed. So.
Oh no!
And for some reason, it's like Roderick Kingsley. I get the fashion stuff, yeah. I get the cutthroat business angle.
Yeah.
So when did you become a chemical analyst?
Yes, you know.
When did you come up? Fair enough. You're looking at Norman's notes, and you're like, "Oh, I'll do this or that," yeah.
Yeah.
But then,
how do you understand that?
Yeah. How do you get the power without the insanity? And then why is he like, "No, the Green Goblin was the insane one, not me."
Yeah. You're like,
okay.
Sure.
So what do you know about Green Goblin, Hobgoblin when he was Ned Leeds?
That he was under mind control or something in it, and then.
Oh no! I mean, leading up before the retcon reveal.
Not much. To be fair, what I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I know he was like Spider-Man's friend and stuff in it, right? And then
he married Betty Brant, and then he started getting a bit shifty, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah. He's the Hobgoblin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jim Owsley, aka Christopher Priest, was having a feud kind of with Tom DeFalco, who was an editor.
Yeah.
Became a Spider-Man writer. And then for some reason, depending on who's telling the story, because Jim Owsley is like, oh, but editorial told me to do it, but he's the editor, so
yeah,
you know, how do you work
so you
your
told
way around
yourself to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think was it Roger Stern, the original writer, was like, all right, I don't know who the Hobgoblin is yet, but I will make it one of these guys that I've already. Oh, you know what? His internal voice sounds very close to Roderick Kingsley. I shall make him Roderick Kingsley. But then he left before he could do that reveal.
Yeah.
Tom DeFalco took over, and he's like, right, so I've got two mysteries here. Who's the Hobgoblin and who's the Rose?
Yeah.
I shall make the Rose Roderick Kingsley. Somehow he went to that way, and he was like, I should make the Hobgoblin Richard Fisk. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they're like, right, okay. And then when he was having his tiff with Jim Owsley, aka Christopher Priest, he's like, I'll tell him it's Ned Leeds. So then he gets sabotaged. Right? And then Christopher Priest wrote the issue of Spider-Man Wolverine, where they went to Europe.
Yeah.
And Ned Leeds got killed. And then he told Peter David, write the issue of the reveal of the Greek Hobgoblin, where it's Ned Leeds. He's like, oh, yeah, but he's dead already, so how does that work? Did you ever read that issue, by the way, of Wolverine Spider-Man?
No.
Okay, so Ned Leeds is pursuing a story with Peter Parker. They go to Europe, but they have separate dorm rooms or hotel rooms. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
So then Ned Leeds is found with his neck slit, whatever, tied up to a chair. He's in casual wear, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, fine. And this is the story of essentially one of Wolverine's CIA friends or whatever.
Yeah.
He's on the run. There's some sort of issue. She doesn't want to come in from the cold. You know, spy talk, right?
Yeah.
Wolverine's fighting Spider-Man because they have opposing views. Spider-Man's jet lagged as well, and then he's got feral Wolverine trying to stab him to death. So he's like, all right, I'll just smack until this guy doesn't stop, right?
Yeah.
And then someone tries to grab him from the side.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to swing as hard as I can, because if it's Wolverine, I'm going to take his head off.
Yeah.
It's the spy lady.
Right? Oh.
And then you're thinking, all right, because you see off the panel, you see Spider-Man Cisco past the panel, and you see kind of like a bloody, muddy kind of whatever, right? It's in black and blue or whatever it is. So you know it's silhouetted, And then I'm like, all right, okay, fine. So he basically punched like when he full punched Scorpion, right?
Yeah,
he punched the lady's head off. Okay. No, because in the next panel she's like, Wolverine's holding her, cradling her, and she's still speaking. I'm like, okay, Spider-Man, we know how strong you are, yeah.
Yeah. And
so her entire skull should have been obliterated.
And you've even said, I'm going to swing as hard as I can because it will hurt. Yeah.
Exactly. So. I don't. Yeah. I'm like, okay. Well, we're talking about the power levels of Spider-Man. Even a tired, like, battered Spider-Man still be able to like
kill.
Yeah. Well, even anything, half her face would have been caved.
Yeah. She mean dead or paralyzed.
Or and I will say this, right? By the way, I think they underestimate Spider-Man's power level because he's fighting Wolverine, and but Wolverine's got comparatively, aside from the healing factor and the claws, because he's 5'3", he can't even close that much of a distance. No. Spider-Man's got the web shooters as well, so he can do a lot of different things. But what he can do also is grab Wolverine's leg and give him the Hulk, like Hulk did with Loki.
Yeah,
he could do that with Wolverine and
easily.
Stab that. So I'm not saying, why is Wolverine a challenge to Spider-Man? But I'm like, literally, I could have just wiped him out really quickly. Anyways, that happens, and then we get to the reveal. Like, so Spider-Man's swinging around. Kingpin's like, "Yo, Spider-Man, I got a problem that I solved. I found you had a problem. Yeah, the Hobgoblin was also a problem for me. Yeah. But I should tell you who the Green Hobgoblin is." And then Spider-Man's, "How do you benefit?" Well, because he's already dead. The foreigner killed him. So if you take out the foreigner, you take out my competition, and that's how it benefits me, right?
Yeah.
Then he shows these photos of Ned Leeds as a Hobgoblin, right?
Yeah.
And then he's telling the backstory to Spider-Man. It's like, oh yeah, in Europe, the foreigners' men, they broke into where Ned Leeds was, right, in a hotel room.
Yeah.
And Ned Leeds open up a briefcase, and then you see that. I'm sure you've seen the comic panel page where he's in the Hobgoblin suit.
Yeah.
And all the foreigners' men are jumping in, and he's like, "No," or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then what they do is they break his arm.
Okay. Yeah.
Question mark. They actually legit break his arm because they go like, he's like, "No, my arm's broken," whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then what I have to question is, they dress him back in civilian clothes to tie him back onto the chair for Peter Parker to find him. I think Peter Parker, they don't know.
Yeah,
it's Peter Parker's his journalist co-friend, so he's going to be the person who opens the door if Ned Leeds doesn't answer. But he's like, okay. And not only that, he's dying, he's getting beat up, and he's screaming for Spider-Man. He's like, well, Spider-Man's in America and you're in Europe, so how's that work?
Okay.
Yeah, and then people are like, okay, plot holes, but whatever at that point, right?
Yeah.
And that's when Jason McAdale takes over as the Green Goblin, Hobgoblin. In fact, I think it's the same issue.
Yeah.
Where what's it called? The same issue where he's like the Kingpin. Whatever deals you had with the previous Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
You're having deals with me now, right? And Kingpin's like, please. He's like, bitch, please.
Nah.
But even though that's not the language.
But yeah, that's basically that's what he was thinking in his head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, yo, Macadale, right? I know it's you. And then Hobgoblin's like, no, Macadale's dead. I'm the Hobgoblin. He goes, and then Kingpin hits him with hard lines like, Macadale's dead? Who gives a...
Yeah.
He doesn't actually say it like that, but he's just like, so that, as you say, that man's dead, and no one cried a tear. So,
you're like, that's a hard thing to
hear. Him hard words, yeah?
That's a hard thing to hear if you're still alive.
He's trying to buff up and be intimidating, yeah? And this guy's just like, no, bro, no.
Nah. Shame. So this Jason dude, Macadale, he's not Green Goblin for that long. Green Goblin. He's not the Hobgoblin for that long, is he?
He's Hobgoblin from the late 80s to the mid 90s.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Yeah. So probably our first encounter with the Hobgoblin was him.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But then obviously he didn't have the Goblin formula, so he wasn't that much of a threat. And then he decided, you know what? I'm gonna go. I think there's the Inferno storyline, and he's like, I'm gonna go sell my soul to a demon because Spider-Man's just beat me up too much. And the demon's just like, your soul, you hold your brony soul. You make me laugh.
You have nothing to offer me.
Yeah, exactly. What do I want of yours? Yeah, so pathetic. But you made me chuckle. Here you go. I'll give you the demon powers. Right?
Yeah.
And then he tries to harass Spider-Man. Now he's stronger and better. And then Spider-Man still kicks his butt. And then he's having beef with the demon inside him. Who then splits to become the Demogoblin. When Demogoblin is still looking like a Hobgoblin, he was in the Sinister Six. So I don't think Macadale ever joined the Sinister Six.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then Demogoblin end up having his black and red look with the fire glider. Yeah. And that's when he joined Maximum Carnage.
That's it. Yep. Because I think Maximum Carnage was the first ever time I saw it. Demogoblin was like, oh. And it was in a game. Then I read a comic later. I was like, oh, what's this? I'm confused. Yeah.
Yeah, but with that group though, I think he fit for some reason. Yeah. It's just like he hates sinners. Carnage is a sinner. It's just like, but I'll kill you afterwards.
Yeah.
Let's get all these. He wasn't such a bad guy. In fact, I think there was it the Spirits of Venom storyline or whatever? Or like it was Ghost Rider, Venom, Demogoblin.
Oh yeah.
So Demogoblin is one of those where it's like Venom when he was Lethal Protector. It's like there's a certain line.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go full Punisher mode on some people, and then we're like, but certain other people. No, but I guess it depends on the level of your sin. I don't know.
I guess,
yeah. He wasn't a bad character. What was out of order was when he went to so him and Jason McAdale having beef now because McAdale's like, you're meant to be the demon inside me, and you're meant to obey me, and I'm like being sour and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're having their fight, and then Spider-Man jumps in. I think they collapse a church of some sort, a cathedral. And Demogoblin's like, oh, there's a child there who is free from sin or whatever it is, let me go and save them. And then Macadale was like, no. As you're holding up the building, I'm going to throw punches at you.
Yeah.
And then Demogoblin's like, Spider-Man rescue the kid. And then Macadale's like, yeah, bomb. And they're like, yes, I defeated him. Even though it's the standard pro wrestling where you have like 9 of your guys outside and a corrupt referee and you're using weapons, brass knuckles, and breaking all the rules, right? And then you're like, yeah, I did it all by myself.
Like, well, you had help, bro. But all right, sure. The Demogoblin.
Yeah, and then this is where Macadale's like, I'm going to get some cybernetic enhancements. And still gets treated like a jabroni. Yeah. And that's when Roderick Kingsley comes back. Like, I think this is like 97?
Yeah.
I'd like to think 97. They just after the Clone Saga.
Yeah, because
it was on around that time.
Yeah, Wikipedia saying there's a mini-series called Hobgoblin Lived in 97. Yeah.
Is that 94?
97?
97, yeah. I thought it was just after the Clone Saga. And he just comes in there and goes, he's like, Jason Macadale, yeah. Jason McAvoy was like trying to force reveal that he wasn't the original Hobgoblin. So you don't know what crimes were committed by the original Hobgoblin and him. And he's saying, obviously, Ned Leeds is the original Hobgoblin at that point. That's what they all thought it was, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, well, if you don't know what he committed and I committed, then you can only try me for a certain amount of crimes, right? But obviously, if I don't admit to those crimes, you don't know what he did, and we don't. You can only say from after he died.
Yeah.
No, but now at that point, I think he was trying to say that the Hobgoblin was still alive, and then Ned Leeds was still alive. Right, and then when Roger Kingsley's like, yeah, well, the Hobgoblin was still alive, and that is me, and I'll just get rid of this guy. So he just walks into, essentially, it's like with a disguise, walks into the raft or wherever they have. I always that wrong.
Yeah.
He blasts him with a finger laser and it kills. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then you get the Hobgoblin Lives miniseries where it's revealed that all this time it was Roderick Kingsley, except that it's the fake out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because they took Roderick, and there is one scene where Roderick is talking to Daniel Kingsley, saying to him, "Brother, we need to talk." Right?
Yeah.
Like in a harsh tone, but that's because you can say in that out of context scene, Daniel for so long, right? Daniel's like, I'm finally going to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
But they tried to do it all the time. To be fair, they actually list out quite a good couple of suspects, just like these guys. But as we know, it's these guys now. We're looking for it. For that miniseries, they left a mystery of who it might be with a decent amount of suspects. Hobgoblin is talking to Kingsley, and he keeps on saying stuff like, "Kingsley, you will do this, yeah."
Yeah.
Like, be so obscure that who it actually is. Why? Roger Kingsley decides he's going to go into the raft and kill Jason Macadale because he's disgracing his name as the Hobgoblin, even though you're like, you've done other stuff and there's other people and whatever. Right?
Yeah, sure, okay.
You have done this, but you're just like, okay. So yeah, he kills him, and then so they try to make it look. They tried to make it look like it's not Roger Kingsley.
Yeah,
you've got Daniel Kingsley. Roger, Roger Kingsley speaks to Mary Jane because they back in the day, he was Mary Jane was one of his fashion models.
Okay, yeah.
Daniel says to Roderick, "We need to talk," and Roderick's like, "Oh, sure," but every other time, it's Roderick as the Hobgoblin, and then he's speaking like the harsh tones. So I think they're just trying to make you think the other way.
Yeah.
The thing is, as well, Hobgoblin was always saying to him, "Kingsley, you will speak to me like you're familiar with me," and it's like, yeah, but he's your twin brother first of all. So why would you? Well,
that's weird.
Yeah. I think they just try too hard.
Yeah, to make him into
a false trail sometimes.
Yeah,
but then it's like if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna speak to someone as though look, you could even say it's a Hobgoblin formula the Green Goblin formula that's giving him strength.
Yeah.
Nuts, but it's kind of dodgy there as well. By the way, yeah, I stand the Since Rising storyline. What's it as well?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Roderick always seems to get the short end of the stick when it's goblin to goblin fighting and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I went through Goblin at the Gates before where Norman's already knows Spider-Man's identity, and he's like, nah, Roderick, we don't need to take off his mask. You don't need to know who he is. I do, yeah? Because I'm Norman Osborn. And Roderick King's like, you try to screw me? And then as in Goblin Nation, where they have a tussle as well.
Yeah.
Except that it turns out it isn't, because it's another guy that Roderick Kingsley's mind controlled into pretending to be the Hobgoblin.
Jesus Christ.
And Norman Osborn has a different face here as well. He's got that handlebar mustache.
Oh yeah. And he's got, rather than like his wavy hair, he's got like a ginger, not say ginger, exactly, but yeah, long ginger, yeah. Oh, okay. That's a weird take.
Yeah, exactly. So that was Claude, Roderick Kingsley's butler, or something like that he faked out to be the Hobgoblin. And then there was the fifth Hobgoblin, who was in that Secret War series.
Who yeah.
Then never appeared again. We're just going to say some random jabroni decided, I'll buy the franchise name off
someone,
Roderick Kingsley.
Yeah.
And then disappear off because I couldn't pay the debts or whatever. Because that's what happened with Phil Ulrich when he decided. Wait, hold on. So Daniel Kingsley, I think, was Hobgoblin for like one issue or something like that, and then Phil Ulrich chopped off his head with a flaming sword.
Yeah. Yeah, escalation. Yeah.
And then Roderick Kingsley's like, you know what? I will kill you, but I won't actually, because you can pay me money to use the Hobgoblin guys. Yeah.
That's so
that's
weird.
When the Superior Spider-Man's like, yo, Phil Ulrich, yeah? He used to be the Green Goblin, and now he's Hobgoblin, right? All of you Daily Bugle people, come help me get him.
But,
destroy man's life, and then he goes and runs off to join Green Goblin, becomes a Goblin Knight. Okay.
Because I remember you saying that Phil Ulrich was the good Green Goblin, isn't it? And then now he's like psychopath and
I think they did a character assassination on him.
Yeah.
Just like they did to my boy Ben Reilly.
Yeah. Well, I think this one's more egregious, if I'm honest. At least Ben Reilly still is like thought about. Like.
Yeah.
Phil Ulrich. I did like his Green Goblin, his Hobgoblin design, because they gave him the wings and the flame sword rather than the glider, which I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ways to go about it, but he got chopped out. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. But we've then got to tie it back to Ned Leeds, who was also under my control, so he was never really the Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Okay. And then apparently now he is, because there's a version of Ned Leeds that come back, and he's got the Hobgoblin powers as well. I was like, what? Hold on a sec. None
of this made any sense.
Look, I had the idea of all in of going on Roderick Kingsley. It's like, you'll never find out who I am because I mind wipe so many people to become.
I never know who I am anymore.
Yeah. And not only that, now because they'll franchise it out, no one can capture me because you never know if it's the real me or a fake version of me. It's like, okay, I guess when you got that much money and you live in that much of a high life in wherever he is,
Yeah.
At the end of the Goblin at the Gate storyline where he got screwed over, except that obviously they still wanted him to come out looking a bit strong. He's like, I'm on the beach somewhere in Hawaii or the Caribbean or wherever like that, and I'm just gonna lay low for a while because I can buy other money that I've made elsewhere. That's gonna come back to me. I'm all good.
Right. Okay. Oh.
Yeah. This is a man who's like, I don't need to be a villain.
I'll just choose to be. Yeah.
But I like the money.
Yeah.
I like being evil. Kind of.
It's like he's not fully invested in the evil part. It's just the money bit. He's more invested. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Money.
Being a sneaky scum as well.
Yeah. Rather than actual bad guy.
I was So back to what I was saying about reading a sin. So Sins Rising, the Kindred storyline, and then the Goblin Nation, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm running out of order. But when I'm reading, I'm like, Norman Osborn is. It's like they got Lex Luthor and they got Joker, and they just like smash them together.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's how it feels, yeah.
Yeah, because Hobgoblin, Green Goblin never seemed like it, like that. But when he returned and they say, oh, he's got mental issues as well, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, but he's very loopy.
Yeah.
He does stuff just to do stuff, and you're like, yeah, but that's chaotic. For what reason?
Yeah. Like, it doesn't sort of make sense, or in a way, because like Joker kind of, I say works. I'm tired of Joker, but like he just chaotic evil, right? He's just chaotic, right? Yeah. And then Lex Luthor is like controlled evil, right?
Yeah.
And then trying to mix the two together, like say, for example, the Norman Osborn side is the control evil, and then you got the chaos evil of the Green Goblin. It doesn't work. It's to me.
You're just gonna, whatever plan you carefully crafted, it's just gonna turn into a wreck once you're split. It's not like in the movies where he's like. There's a kind of a flip switch ish.
Yeah.
It's not like a dual personality, but it's just like he goes far past a point.
Yeah.
Where when the Goblin takes over, it's like, I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
Here's just like, okay, there's this.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go wacky over here.
No.
You know,
okay.
Whatever plans I did have, I decide actually, you know what? Maybe my lust to kill Spider-Man will cause chaos it's just too much.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I think, in a sort of long-term sense, Roderick Kingsley is the better Goblin, because you can do.
He's not a psychopath.
That mystery crime storytelling with him.
Yeah.
Norman, he's like, once he puts on the Green Goblin costume, it's just like, nah, we're just gonna throw pumpkin bombs everywhere and try to kill everyone.
Yeah, and then and it kind of feels like Green Goblin and Norman Osborn like kind of disjointed, because like Norman is like, his plans are meticulous and that stuff, right? Like how he's behind nearly every bad event in Spider-Man's life, right?
Yeah.
But the Green Goblin couldn't do any of that because the Green Goblin's just a nutcase. Yeah. So it kind of doesn't work.
Yeah. So they're not cohesive together.
No.
Which probably then gives you more opportunity to tell different kinds of stories of the different characters. It distinguishes the Goblins a lot more between them.
Yeah.
So we are going to, we didn't speak about Monster before, but that's because actually I have to say I didn't read the Goblin Nation storyline before.
Yeah. And
so Monster is Carly Cooper, who got infected with the Green Goblin serum.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how they got rid of my girl Carly. Yeah.
Oh, I were you a Carly Cooper fan, by the way?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Okay.
Because to be fair, right, I'll say it, because Brand New Day when I started reading Spider-Man, because like before that I wasn't really bothered about it, because I'm more into like the DC and the X-Men sort of stuff. And then Brand New Day happened and I started reading it then, so I was kind of like, oh yeah, I like this Carly Cooper girl. I hope good things for her. Yeah.
I tell you what, as well, they after like I think just a couple, maybe like a few months or maybe a year after Brand New Day came out, they did a booklet like the Great Loves of Spider-Man, or something like that. And they had Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane, Black Cat. I think Betty Bart was also there.
Yeah.
And then they had Carly Cooper, right? And it's just like, hold on a second, one of these is not like the other.
Yeah, it's a bit too soon. Yeah, I mean, like it's a bit too.
No, it's just like, all right, he had those relations prior to him getting married, and then he got married, and then one more day happened, and then just random jabronis also there.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Yeah. And that's kind of like foreshadowing that nothing was going to happen to her. Yeah.
She was infected with the Goblin formula from. Okay, so she worked out Superior Spider-Man was Otto Octavius.
Yeah.
And then before she could reveal that information to the Daily Bugle or whatever, she got kidnapped, and Lily Hollister, her half sister, who is Menace.
Yeah.
infected her with the Green Goblin formula, and then she became monster. But it didn't fully take on her. She just tried to attack Spider-Man and then pretend that, actually, oh no, my communicator device is destroyed.
Whatever shall we do? Yeah.
She crushes it, and then she tells Spider-Man, "Look, I still got some control over me. You need to do this, that, and the other to get to because it's Norman Osborn and he's the Green Goblin and stuff like that." Yeah. At that point, I believe was Otto. I can't remember. I can't quite recall if he'd mind swapped back to Peter Parker at that point.
No, I think it was afterwards.
But,
yeah, because I think it was afterwards.
And then now Carly Cooper at the end of that story was wearing sunglasses to cover the scaly eyes she had from the monster formula.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Has she healed from that since?
I don't think
she hasn't.
I don't think we've seen her since. Have we?
Is she not Dark Web?
No.
Oh, okay, maybe I'm thinking of. You know, to be fair, I spanned it all at once. So, clarify, by the way, the Kindred. I know we were speaking about before, but I've read the entire storyline.
Yeah.
I thought it was Harry Osborn, like an AI construct, but turns out the AI Harry Osborn is the evil version of Harry, who was doing like tormenting Spider-Man with his fake AI parents, right?
Yeah.
And then you got this Harry Osborn who was created like a clone, and the Kindred are manifestations of Mephisto's magic, sort of thing. And it's like, okay, we're going in this direction, because as that entire storyline is happening, Stephen Strange and Mephisto talking to each other, like behind the scenes, like the commentators of the match.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. So, the great gamblers, and they're like, yeah, we did this because of that and stuff. And then because then Stephen Strange. Yeah. So it turns out Kindred is kind of a magical creation of some sort. It's like, okay, that's murky. But they're talking. He's talking to Strange, and Stephen and Mephisto, and Stephen Strange is like, yeah, but why would you try to deal with a street level hero like this? Why would you? It makes no sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mephisto's like, oh, at some point he, how it is. I believe he will stop me at my greatest moment of glory, so I shall get him now and punish him. Yeah. And Stephen Strange's like, you're chatting rubbish, straight up. Yeah. And then you see the flash forward of not Spider-Man swinging through. It's red, so it looks like maybe the New York on fire, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
With all his with Spider-Man and all his Avengers buddies, like they're KO'd, and Spider-Man's still trying to fight on, right?
Yeah.
No, it's May Parker, aka Spider Girl.
Yeah.
Not Aunt May Parker.
Yeah.
Mayday Parker, right?
Yeah.
And it's the MC2 guys down on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, is it MC2? Is that what they called? That is it. What
MC2.
Yeah. So he's trying to prevent. Mephisto's trying to prevent the birth of Spider Girl because she'll stop him in the future somewhere. That's why he had to separate Mary Jane and Spider-Man. Except that way back when the Clone Saga, Normals already took care of that, because that baby hasn't been seen since. Yeah. Who knows exactly? Oh, that's probably why, by the way, Mephisto had this first dealing with Norman, because like Norman, you I always knew for some reason, like, of Mephisto's powers, right? If he's like, all right, I gotta stop Mayday being born, so then I'm going, if I get Norman Osborn, and he sells me if I take his son's soul and drive Norman Osborn crazy, he could be the Green Goblin and he could kill Spider-Man for me, and then Mayday won't be born. Yes.
Yay.
Whoa. You're just kind of a bit too like. Is he like Dr. Manhattan, where timelines just all converge at once for him?
Yeah.
He's just living it all at the same time.
But no.
Do you know about Queen Goblin?
Yes. Isn't that Wait, I'm thinking of something else. I would say it's Madeline Pryor, but
no. You're thinking of
Goblin Queen. Yeah.
You're thinking of the Goblin Queen.
Yeah.
That's a different person.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Which is, by the way, I think during the Beyond Corporation storyline, Ben Riley's fighting her. He says that also, and she's like, no, Queen Goblin, like Green Goblin, but not, right? And it turns out when normal Northman got shot by the Sin Eater, and all the sins left his body, right?
Yeah.
For some reason, they decided, let me put all the sins in the Beyond Corporation. Like, let's put it in Dr. Kafka, Dr. Ashley Kafka from back in the clone of Dr.
Yeah. Because that confused me. I was like, when you found a clone, I didn't even know she was the person. I was like, oh, okay, this must be a throwback to something I don't know. Okay, cool, that makes sense now.
Yeah, she came back in the clone conspiracy, I believe.
Yeah.
I think
like everyone.
When she died. But you know what? It's funny as well because when they first drew her, she didn't look young. Okay.
Yeah.
She looked older. Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit more chubbier and stuff like that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they gradually drew her younger and younger. It's like, okay, well, either she's done really good exercise, she's had plastic surgery, or the artists are just like,
yeah,
we're gonna make a contemporary kind of ish, you know. So
yeah,
slowly.
The artists stop caring. Yeah.
It's a bit like do you remember what Carl Rayner's mum looked like the first time she was drawn?
She was like a white lady, isn't it?
Yeah, but she had kind of curly hair.
Yeah.
She was wearing like flowery clothes and stuff. She's like bigger and like old, proper old. Like I want to say Aunt May old, but she wasn't. Let's say Carl Rayner's like 25 or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When in '93 when he
Yeah.
And I think you see his mum a couple of issues later.
Yeah.
Where he introduced her to Donna Troy.
Yeah.
And then way later on, about when this is at issue 56 or something like that. Way later on, when it's issue 100 or something, his mum's also all of a sudden looking much younger
and in her 30s rather than in her 60s. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not really, but I'd say 45ish. Or whatever,
yeah.
But, you know what I mean? Yeah. All of a sudden, she's dropped like 20 years. It's like the old Aunt May meme with Rosemary Harris, Sally Field, and then you got Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, you're like, one of these things are not like the other.
Yeah. Even though Marissa Tomei is an older lady, because she's about the actual right age range.
Yeah,
I think what it is people look after themselves much better now than they did, and so you don't age as drastically.
Yeah, which
or drastically looking, or people just try to make themselves look younger, or they there's less smoking and all that stuff. Health and fitness, you know.
But it's one of those things I've never understood why. Like, I think we spoke about this many times before. Like, why Aunt May looks like she's in her 80s and has like a teenage nephew.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's just cut back to Ashley Kafka in a minute. Then we go to Aunt May, because I know we're just gonna finish that, and I know this really has nothing to do with the Goblins, but we should actually speak about the Aunt May thing as well, because. I was reading Superior Spider-Man, and there's Dr. Octopus as well, so it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so she's got infested with the sins of Norman Osborn, and she tried to have when he becomes the Gold Goblin, she's like, we got beef now, because you're all good, right? You're trying to do, you suffer for your sins and everything like that, and now I'm suffering with your sins.
Yeah.
So I'm hating on you. But she used to be a psychiatrist, and she... I don't know why they, of all people, just like randomly her. But then I think they integrated into the Spider-Man Beyond storyline, where the Beyond Corporation storyline, where she's looking after Ben Reilly, and they kept on wiping some of his memories out. She's kind of used as the therapist / hostage, sort of in the equation. Where they're like, but we know you're a clone as well, so you got no rights, whatever.
Yeah,
you do as we say.
And
then they wipe her memories as well. I think something like that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you think you can try and double cross us?
Yeah.
This is what you get. And he's like, wait, hold on. How did you get the sins of Norman Osborn, put it in a canister, and then insert it into someone else? Okay. Yeah. But anyways, she's the Queen Goblin. But you were speaking of Aunt May, right?
Yeah.
Aunt May, who obviously is Ben Parker, right? She's been with,
Yeah.
But she also got close to marrying Dr. Octopus. And how old would you say Dr. Octopus is?
He's probably like in his 40s, maybe 50s, right?
Yeah. Would you say, from the looks of it though?
Yeah.
She's in her 70s.
Yeah.
And he's in his 50s. And we could say, okay, maybe he does have a thing for older women, right?
Yeah, but...
Yeah. Sometimes. Sometimes he does, and sometimes... I think for him, he's saying, it's more about the mind, the attraction of the mind.
Because, which...
To be fair to him, he got with Anna Maria, and she's...
she's I think I want to say little person.
Yeah. And you're like, okay.
Yeah,
fair enough, you know?
Love is love, man. Love is love.
Yeah.
then it gets to the point with Aunt May thing. So she was going to get married to Jonah Jameson's dad.
Yes.
And I always thought Jonah Jameson was around the same age as Aunt May. But no, she's...
Okay. Let's just say, for example, let's just give it a bit leeway and say that Jonah is 50-ish now, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say, because it's spent 10 years now in Marvel time. So let's just say he was 40 then, yeah?
Yeah.
His dad's got to be 80, right?
Yeah.
But then if your Aunt May and your son, your not your son, Peter's like 20, 30-ish.
Yeah.
You might be 50, 60-ish.
Yeah.
Jonah's dad is definitely 80-ish.
Yeah, I'm saying, so it's so weird. When I like found out about relations, like this is the mass is here on my head. I'm not going to try and figure this out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of glad they've kind of, in a new interpretation, they made Aunt May slightly younger. So it kind of makes more sense now. Yeah.
See, in Ultimate Spider-Man, Aunt May still had the white hair.
Yeah.
But she didn't look old.
Yeah.
She just happened to have like they drew like a silver fox kind of.
Yeah.
Not like Silver Sable, by the way. What I'm saying is,
like
she was like, she might have been 50s or something like that.
Yeah, like late 40s, 50s.
Yeah. So, for vanity, I'm not just talking about women specifically, but people at that age would probably still dye their hair to whatever color it is to make it full, rather than grays and like salt and pepper style hair. They would just have it full on whatever it is. You'd be like, just for men, right? When Bret Hart made his reappearance on Raw, and then he didn't dye his hair, and then the next Raw, whatever it is,
his hair was, okay, sure.
And I was like, to be fair to him, it did make him look way younger, but then I think at some point Bret Hart's just like, what do I care? What do I care?
Why do I care?
So he just leaves his hair as it is, which is fine, because I think sometimes the predatory industries want people to buy specific things because they're like, here's the aim, right, of what we want. We want money. So we make people's insecurities go much larger, and then we're like, they'll buy more of our stuff. Actually, I think it's also, I see the weed killing industry as well, where if you buy a weed killer and you kill your weeds and they permanently die, then these weed killer people, like whatever, they'll be like, well, we're not making more money, so let's dilute it to a certain level.
So then the person will come back. Yeah,
and now they have to buy more. Exactly. I'm going to sidetrack it here.
But yeah, Goblin Queen.
Yeah. Actually, not Goblin Queen. I'd say to you, in Spider-Man the Animated Series, Hobgoblin makes an appearance before Green Goblin. Now, I haven't seen all of these things. You tell me. First of all, right? Because I'm sure you knew chronologically at the time, Green Goblin's the first one.
Yeah.
So when you saw Hobgoblin first on the animated series, what were you like?
I was kind of confused, and then I thought, oh, this is the Green Goblin, but they haven't colored him green unless he's going to turn. Like, I thought something stupid, and it weren't until, I think it's because Hobgoblin shows up in like season 1 in episode called, I think, like Day of the Goblin or something like that. All right, voiced by Mark Hamill as well. So like, oh, okay, this is a pretty cool way to sort of bring him in, and then I think went to like season 2 or 3 when a Green Goblin turns up. I'm like, oh, okay, but yeah, it just threw me off. Like, this doesn't seem right. And
that Hobgoblin, by the way, was Jason McAdell, right?
They never
sure as hell wasn't Roger Kingsley.
No, because they never like give you then in the whole thing. They never give him his identity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
from what you remember, which of the characters that were the Green Goblin, the Hobgoblin at the time, would have liked to have been that particular character?
Would have been Jason. Yeah. Because
I think it's a combination of he was a Hobgoblin at the time, and prior to that it was Ned Leeds, who then wouldn't have been made any sense, unless they somehow inserted him into the animated series and then led up to it, but then he's a reporter, so
because that would be messy. Yeah.
What do you think about Ned Leeds in the Spider-Man No Way Home? Homecoming series, whatever it is, you know, the MCU.
Like, has it been like confirmed that he's Ned Leeds?
He's Ned Leeds.
Oh, it's gonna not end well for him then, is it?
Well, yeah. as we know, Ned Leeds is not the real Hobgoblin anyway, so it doesn't matter.
They might change him to something else.
I don't think he's going to be the Hobgoblin anyways, because it'd be like no point. There's no lead up to it.
Like, it'd just be like for shock value sort of thing, like really.
Yeah. Unless he's like, oh Peter, you took away my memories, and then like when they do with Ben Riley, right? You took away my memories. I want them back, but and then I have to go and catch you and then do a mind transfer of some sort. I don't know. But no, you saw the artwork where you got the guy Jacob Batalon, who was on the Goblin Glider and throwing around pumpkin bombs in his yellow and blue zip up, right?
Yeah.
But they did it just for the jokes. But I don't think
it'd be weird. Like, unless they start leading up to it in the next one, but I don't see.
Well, not him specifically, but do you think there will be not? Do you think they won't use a Green Goblin and they will use a Hobgoblin instead in some of this? So there'll be Spider-Man Brand New Day, and if it's
maybe
I think they'll just use the term day, like the next day or whatever it is. You know, Fresh New Day, One More Day, whatever it is.
Yeah. No More Day. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Do you think they'll use the Hobgoblin at some point?
I don't know.
Hobgoblin?
Maybe because they still I don't know, because they could use Green Goblin, but then have they established as a MCU?
I think they were saying they weren't going to reuse any of the villains that they'd used before, which is good, I think. If they're going to do that, unless they're going to drastically redo them as well.
Yeah, drastic change. Drastic go up.
Yeah.
Because you could use Hobgoblin. You could.
Yeah. Which version though? Who would? Okay, if you were doing it, which of these versions of the Hobgoblin would you do? No, not necessarily which version. Which character would you be using as the man behind the mask?
I would use two of them. I would use like Ben King. Not why do you call him that?
Kingsley.
Roderick Kingsley. Yeah, not the the actor who played the Mandarin / Nigel, whatever. I would use Roderick Kingsley and possibly. Could lose Ned Leeds, but now, like I said, then it'll go a dark way. Like Spider-Man, he'll make Spider-Man think it was Ned, but it wasn't Ned. It was actually That could be good, but then Ned's got to die. So
I think they could use like they could adjust his persona, but I think they'd be better off using like Roderick Kingsley. Rather than any of the other ones. At least he could do a master manipulate. And if he isn't the Hobgoblin per se in that, he could be the man behind getting everyone together, right? And then he'd be like, but I am the Hobgoblin. Except that I'm letting someone else, you know, I'm the man behind the man behind the man. Which I don't know if you ever read the story of, you know, there was Sabretooth, and you know there was he was an enemy of Iron Fist the first time around.
Yeah.
As okay, but it wasn't Sabretooth. I mean, it was Sabretooth, but if Iron Fist can defeat him, it wasn't the magical healing powers of.
Yeah, he isn't the Sabretooth he is now. Who probably survive a nuke like Wolverine.
Yeah, and then they had the storylines where Wolverine was beating up some Sabretooths as well, and I think there was one where Sabretooth got Spider-Man's web shot in his face, right?
Yeah.
And he tried to tear it off. And then he ripped off his own face, kind of, right? You don't see it, right? You don't see it. But he does that, He either claws his own face or he tears the web and the web pulls his face, Right? And then he's all squealing on the floor like a punk, right? And you're like, but this Sabretooth. Anyways, so apparently a whole bunch of times there was going to be, that's not the real Sabretooth. They were clones of Sabretooth that Sinister was making. And then you get the real deal Sabretooth who was sitting in Sinister's lair going, you know what? I mean,
I need a rest.
I'm just gonna have to try and beat up Wolverine as well, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think they did that storyline. But it's just one of
those
things.
Kind of. I think
it's a Doombot.
I think they kind of did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but not fully played it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it was after the Marauders and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's where they're leading up to it. But I don't think
Yeah.
they explicitly said that they were all Sabretooth clones and
Yeah.
he's the real deal. So it's like those things where they want to give someone a power up or whatever it is. There was a time, I think, just after Civil War, where Thor came back, and Iron Man's, Thor's like, Iron Man, why you trying to clone me? I'm gonna smash you with my hammer a good couple of times,
Yeah.
right? And then Iron Man's trying to fight him, goes, yeah, Thor, I think I can handle you. And then Thor's like, no, all this time I've only been using a third of my power. Like, okay, wait, hold on. When you've had deadly threats that could kill you, you're like,
you
still
decided
back. What's that about?
You only a third your power. Nah, dude.
Yeah, you're not Freezer. Come on, man.
This is only 5% of my true power. Oh, that's silly. Sorry, that is silly. Oh, yeah. Sabretooth. Oh, and Thor.
Yeah. So do you think we'll see a Hobgoblin in the future of the MCU?
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot to mention there was a Demogoblin.
Yep. Which one's Demogoblin?
Right. Who was the same demon was attached to the Hobgoblin, except that it infected someone else.
Yeah.
A lady, and now she became she's. And Echo and Daredevil had a tussle with this person.
Oh. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I doubt we'll see a Demogoblin in the Daredevil series.
No. Weird. Be too far-fetched. If a Daredevil, like,
Yeah.
We can't have him fighting thugs and low-powered people, not demons. Yeah.
Oh, reminds me as well. I'd read because I was reading Since Rising. I was reading Gene the Wolf.
Yeah.
Way back in the 80s as well. Peter David also wrote that.
Yeah.
And in the storyline, it's the 4 issues. Like, she's dead in the first issue. She's dead in the first 4 pages, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then it's basically it's a Spider-Man Daredevil cross.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to find a Sin Eater and blah blah blah, right? And then Peter's like, well, the Sin Eater killed Gene the Wolf, so that's coming after him deserve to kill him. They tear him apart, right? And Daredevil was like, no, we can't be we can't assist that. That to happen, we can't overlook it. We have to go in there and stop them trying to murder him.
Yeah.
And then at some point, Peter's in his black costume. No, that is a symbiote infecting him. He's like, nah, allow you. And Daredevil's like, Spider-Man. And then he's like, Peter, because he could tell from the heartbeat.
Yeah.
And then Peter Parker snaps out of it eventually and goes, all right, I help you. I help you kind of defeat the mob. But even when they were trying to arrest the Sin Eater, Daredevil with Spider-Man, you're like, hold on, Daredevil's a human.
Yeah.
Right? And as we know from Spider-Man's power,
he can kill like 9% of humans with a punch. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know they were trying to give it the Spider-Man's acting and reacting out of anger and stuff, so he's throwing him off. And Daredevil, because he's using his capabilities, he's kind of trying to be slightly ahead of what's. But even then, Daredevil shouldn't be able to match him whatsoever. You talk about like they say he's an Olympic level athlete. He's not even peak human, right? That's Captain America, yeah.
Yeah.
So far beyond, it's just you shouldn't be able to. There's no way Daredevil shouldn't be able to hit him.
Yeah.
Or you club on the tree and it bounces back. Shouldn't face Spider-Man because he's been tanking. No, he can take juggernaut punches, right? So what's this piece of wood hitting the back of the head? It's
gonna do it. Yeah.
Not necessarily saying, by the way, he's going to stand there and take a juggernaut punch, but he survived juggernaut punches, Morlun punches, Hulk punches. So
what's a stick?
Yeah, exactly. What's a stick?
What's a stick from like a peak, not even peak human guy? Yeah.
Exactly. Actually, you know what? I would recommend. I don't know if you want to go back, but you know the Sin's Rising stuff and that. So you should probably read the Sin Eater story.
Right.
There's a 3-issue storyline later on where Stan Carter he's kind of having that Sin Eater thing going on.
Yeah.
and then he's like, "I'm gonna go death by cop." In fact, right?
Yeah.
Shoot me to death.
Ooh.
And then what's funny is when they do Sins Rising, and he's still in his green
Yeah.
Purple sweater.
Yeah.
And his green combat with the shotgun.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but he looks like out of place. You look so yeah.
Yeah, he looks so normal.
Unglamorous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he's got the magical shotgun, which can destroy, like, not kill you, but purify you.
You know, because I guess that's what shotguns do. I don't know. I
mean, do you think, by the way, see the Sin Eater in Spider-Man MCU?
I don't know. Film-wise, I think no, not really. But if it was like a TV show version, kind of like if they put him in like a Punisher or something, like okay, cool, I can kind of buy that, or like Daredevil, but Spider-Man, exactly. I think it's a bit too. It's not extravagant
Even
enough.
the super powered up version, which has the powers of the whatever Mephisto powers that Mephisto just
gives everyone
shotgun or whatever.
Yeah.
I funny enough, I do think suit a storyline in Daredevil because he could kill whatever friend that Daredevil is. You know that black cop that Brett whatever Bert? Is it? Yeah. For example, I'm just saying he could kill that guy and then he could do the Wolf storyline without having, and then he could be Punisher. I don't know if it's necessarily Punisher Daredevil, but you can have someone like he's trying to be like, oh, you know what, he'd be the overpowered guy, be going like, and then you got Daredevil saying, no, we can't do this.
We can't do this because we're meant to be the good people.
Stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, Red. You're stupid. Yeah. That's how Punisher sounds.
Yeah. But yeah, then so in your opinion, going way back to the Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Do you prefer the version of as he is now, as in basically just the man behind the scenes that just is like?
Yeah.
Do you think they fixed him? Do you think it's a natural character progression from to then?
I don't know, like adding like the weird retcon and stuff. Yeah, I guess it's like nothing too contradictory has happened to a Hobgoblin, so I think like he's kind of stayed on that path of being okay. Like unlike other villains, like say Green Goblin and stuff, there's like so many like weird contradictions to his like story, or like adding in stuff to retcon stuff to make stuff even worse. Hobgoblin's kind of survived without having that, so good on him. To be fair, like good on him. But
what do you think of the new gimmick he has where he's it's me, but it's not me?
It's funny.
Yeah, I think it was one of those jokes where they're like, okay, he's done it several times now.
Yeah.
Let's meme it.
Yeah, like, you know, I guess he will get in on a joke. So yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I really don't mind.
And then at some point they'll unmask Roderick Kingsley and they'll be like, it can't be him because the Hobgoblin he's faked us out so many times, right?
Yeah, it's like
fake out.
Are we sure this is actually him this time? Yeah, I mean, like, you know, and you find out Roderick Kingsley never existed. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. If some record, it's like some fake like all along. That's not even the real Roderick Kingsley. I'd be like Captain Ginyu kept on jumping into other people, right? Roderick Kingsley's just like, not only is he franchising out the Hobgoblin guys, it's like, well, my Kingsley anyways, right?
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay.
Oh man, I'm just imagining. So not only is the super villain not him, his name person is not him as well.
It's all just made up. Like he's like, so he's like a joint psychosis of everyone in New York. Like they like fought him into existence. Yeah. That'd be hilarious. Oh, you should do that.
Yeah,
the character.
if they introduce him in the MCU, do you think they will go? They fashion a Mongol route, or be like he'll be a businessman of some sort, or stuff like that.
I think they might.
Or do you think it'd be like a comparison of Pete Parker ish?
I think they might merge it. Like he's the corporate fashion businessman sort of thing with like shady ties to like the underground back in the day. Yeah, I think they might go that way. Yeah.
I feel if they introduce Roderick Kingsley, they might immediately make him the Hobgoblin. You mean by like, It might be like you do a movie, and then later on the next movie maybe the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Hobgoblin, yay.
Yeah. In fact, let's just say, for example, they're doing a brand new day. They look like a whole bunch of villains. He could be the man that's behind them all getting together, and then be like, you know what, already failed, and now he's
it could be. Yeah,
he's got stuff that he salvaged from the one more day, the over or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and then he's just like, oh, the Goblin guy.
Because they haven't really
make something similar to that.
Said who the villain is for Brand New Day, have they?
There is Scorpion in it.
Yeah,
Matt Gargan.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he's Scorpion in it. Mr. Negative, I believe, is in it.
Yeah.
Tombstone might be in it.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah. Because they got the guy who played. I want to say Tobias as well, but it's not his name. He was in Black Lightning anyway. But I can't remember the guy's actually.
Yeah. Whale, did you say Tobias?
Yeah,
Whale?
Tobias as well. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I think it's that.
Yeah.
But none of those, by the way, sound like the main person.
Yeah.
To carry the movie, but then again, that's the same as I thought with Vulture, and they look in Spider-Man: Homecoming. So maybe it'll be you have this like Tombstone and Scorpion, Latino Scorpion, purple, and then Mr. Negative behind it, like in the game, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to whatever it is because you gotta have your racial gangs apparently, right?
But I feel like Mr. Negative, he won't be Mr. Negative straight away, or he might be it, but he won't be like the main focus. Because I reckon he might be in the whole trilogy for some reason. I feel like he might be behind more stuff than just like the one film villain. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. So either they're going to go for a surprise, or they're going to upscale one of the characters to he can be the backbone of the movie.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll find out next year.
I don't know if Matt Gargan's going to get a tech suit. It depends, I guess, because they could go the ultimate version of the
Yeah.
Okay. So Ultimate Scorpion was a Peter Parker clone. That's not what I meant, right?
Was it? No.
Matt Gargan though.
Because Matt Gargan, he come in the Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had some sort of mutant scorpion powers.
He had some.
No, he had the hook.
He had the hook, yeah, and he wrapped around his waist and
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So. I don't think translate
no
on screen like that.
No. far from.
Well, we'll have to see how that one works out, and maybe you never know, because maybe you'll get some massive announcement of a key villain, or it'd be like hush.
Yeah,
you'll know when you know, sort of thing.
Yeah, which I hope that's the way. You know, I kind of hope that's the way with like most films coming this way.
Yeah. Movie spoilers now. They tried to. I don't know. It's like, you know, when you watch the Terminator trailers and they try to spoil a movie, but at the point you're like, no, you spoiled the movie. Why don't I need to go and watch it? Yeah,
it's like, you kind of told me the main selling point of this film. Why didn't you see it?
Yeah, and then the other end of the equation, like they tried it with Thunderbolts. Yeah, the New Avengers, and then if they advertised it as New Avengers, I think more people would have went into it. But I'm not. It's the name that sells more than the characters. I don't know. I don't know. I prefer them just have it as the Thunderbolts first, and then lead it as the New Avengers, because it's part of the end of the story.
Yeah, which were kind of this is a sad tangent, but it kind of annoyed me. After the film came out, they kind of said, "Yeah, this is the New Avengers," and then you saw those things saying the New Avengers. So people haven't seen that film. You kind of spoiled it for them now, anyway. Great.
Yeah, I think that's always part of their marketing as well. And then they were like, the people that didn't go to see it will come after we've rebranded.
Yeah.
So you're like trying to get a double dip.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for them, for some reason, I don't know why it didn't do as well, but
yeah. Hey, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways. Anyways, even though it's got nothing to do with the Hobgoblin.
No.
Yeah. Oh, do you recommend then I watch Spider-Man the animated series for?
Yes.
Do you think that those Hobgoblin in specific episodes, or do you mean just like that? Watch the whole thing.
I'll say watch the whole thing because like it's one of those cartoons that actually still holds up like 30 years later. And the Hobgoblin episodes are good. The Green Goblin episodes are good. So I wouldn't just say just watch Hobgoblin. You might just watch the whole thing because I think you would enjoy it because it's a really good show.
What about Ultimate Hobgoblin?
Oh yeah, because
no, sorry. The original Ultimate Universe Harry Osborn, not Harry Osborn now in the current Ultimate Universe. Because Green Goblin there.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny, right? Mm-hmm. I missed out that whole part of the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay. Let me ask you. So when expecting Ultimate Spider-Man, did you start from issue 1 or?
I did the first couple of arcs, and then I missed out the whole Hobgoblin part, and then I came back near the end.
Issue 70 or something like that.
Yeah, I missed out that whole part. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how. I don't know how I missed out on it.
Okay. Well, I always found, by the way, Ultimate Spider-Man to be really.
Yeah.
Normals, but I wasn't like 100% on the Goblin form turning into a Hulk out version of the Green Goblin, but whatever, right? And then Harry like the Hobgoblin because he's like the golden version of that. Oh, he had the formula as well.
Yeah.
And he got fiery as well, and then happens. So you're like, all right, but yeah, I think there's different where you're like, okay, a man with spider powers who's got his blood mutated and he still stays the same, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at these guys and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, how...
If they're that size, what size is the Hulk?
Yeah. But then get started on Hulk. But
yeah.
So
I think if Green Goblin was sized down somewhat, because he looks like he's like that. And then Spider-Man being 5'10" or whatever he is.
Yeah,
like, okay.
Not than that, like 5'6" or that, yeah.
Yeah. But then we look at Venom and he's like 8 foot or something in the movies, and like Eddie Brock is not that size. 6'5", maybe, alright, fine. But...
Yeah. But I don't know. I buy the Venom thing. But yeah, like I didn't mind like the ultimate versions of Goblin. He wasn't in Green Goblin, he was Goblin, wasn't he? And then the look of the Hobgoblin I didn't mind either. I was like, oh, okay. Because I kinda liked that rather than it's like a dude in a rubber suit.
Yeah, well I think the Goblin form, so they made it consistent later on as well. Because it's gonna be like, okay, so he tried into a new being, and now we're gonna have a guy in a tech suit.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
No, yeah. If anything, show way around. Yeah.
Exactly. And were you glad in Spider-Man 3 that Harry Osborn did not become Hobgoblin?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I kind of glad that.
I mean, because they did show a gold version. I don't know if the blue and gold. It depends on the look, right? But because of the way that they did it, and he didn't even become the Green Goblin there. He became
New Goblin.
He's a new Goblin, but he wasn't even a Goblin, so it didn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah. It was. But then the Night Zephyr just sounds too try hard. So.
Yeah.
Trying. He did have a kind of a snowboard, surfboard looking thing, but at the same, the intimidation factor doesn't. It's gone. Not quite there.
I mean, it's gone. It was stupid.
He was like, but the way that he had it's funny as well because he looked trousers. I know Blade runs around fighting with trousers, but this is like when you're like in skin tight suit. Like, he's in a skin tight suit, and then you're like, well, I'm just. Kind of more tight, but then it's like, yeah, but then why doesn't he have more gear on his supposedly his trousers? But the Green Goblin, he had the glider, he had the suit, he had the glider, but then in his also had like sort of jet skate sort of thing. So if he came off, he could use them to shoot across a little bit to glide, and until he made it to safe ground.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, by the way, the Night Surfer should have had them, but I don't know. It's like then there's more practical things you could do with like tech boots than you are like shoes, apparently, or
Yeah, a lot, but no, it's just stupid. It's just stupid.
But introduce Harry Osborn in the new Spider-Man set of movies. Or do you want them to? Are you bothered? Do you care?
I'm not bothered, if I'm honest. Because I feel like who they've casted as like Flash Thompson. I'm like,
oh, when he becomes Agent Venom.
It's insane. That's why I was like, you know what? I'd rather them not cast Harry Osborn because they probably do something weird with it, or he end up being Venom.
I think I might have asked you the question before. So if you give a different answer, the people say you can. Of all the Flash Thompsons that have appeared, which is most likely to become a good version of it?
The Flash Thompson from Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because I could see that. Like John Magalala.
He's more friendly with. Like, he's the only one that actually. Sorry.
Like the Joe Magalala guy.
Oh no! He's not in Amazing Spider-Man.
I know, but he's in. Yeah, like he couldn't be like for me. He's like 6'7" or how tall he is. Like I couldn't see him as Agent Venom. Plus, he doesn't have the blonde hair. My Flash Thompson has to have blonde hair.
Yeah.
And
I will say the one from Amazing Spider-Man. At least he was friend. It was Peter's friend, so something would happen. They'd be like, oh yeah, we're buds. But he was never in Amazing Spider-Man 2, so all right.
And like
for some reason, it seems to me you might have actually gave the same answer you gave before.
I think I did. But not as in depth like I just said. But we'll see.
All right. Okay. Do you want to see Goblin in or Green Goblin in the next Spider-Man films, or do you think that's enough? We all got it out.
If it's like
they're civilian guises, but not, we don't need the Goblin.
Don't need to know. Like maybe in like the next set of reboots, they'll eventually do maybe, but I think it needs to be like a generation of Spider-Man films without a Green Goblin.
Jack-o'-lantern?
Maybe. Maybe.
Do you think Demogoblin would ever make an appearance like in a Doctor Strange movie or something like that? Like in a Blade movie, for example, or Moon Knight?
Maybe, but that's a neuter like a lot of his origin, isn't it? Like he can't really
true. You can't literally have some. Unless it's like they do the Damien Hellstorm series where they actually do all that, or even Cloak and Dagger, they might have been. You know what? The Runaways, they might do that kind of ish.
Yeah, they could probably get away with it now. Yeah. But
but they all look very unlikely on the list, right?
Yeah. Very unlikely.
And Menace, I don't think they might have Menace. Not Zendaya, though. That'd be funny if they is Menace, right? But they might just wholesale transfer the costume to some different person altogether.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I personally, I don't think they're gonna be like have a lot of goblins making an appearance or something like. Not even the goblin tangentially related. Don't really need them. And how are you gonna back this goblin?
Oh, that's the biggest problem. You can't. No.
All right. Okay. Hold. What do you think of the initial ideas of Richard Fisk being the Hobgoblin?
To me,
he was actually better as the Rose.
He's better than Rose because it just seems like shock value. Like, so the Hobgoblin is the son of Wilson Fisk. Okay. Why? I mean,
like, then again, why? the Rose being the son, the Rose being in the gang war with the Kingpin. and he was the son of Richard Fisk. He was the son of the Fisk. So,
but that makes kind of more sense, like because he wants like super his father's like power, so that kind of makes sense, right? But just be the Hobgoblin.
Do you think goes in like one of the street level series?
Say again.
Like I was going to say, do you think we'll see the Rose in Daredevil because that's the place most fit? But then it might be another street level character that had, like the Punisher or something like that instead, because they didn't necessarily need to be in Daredevil.
No,
what's Typhoid Mary wasn't in Daredevil; she was in Iron Fist. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Also, mutant.
But the thing is, I think they were saying because in the MCU, Richard Fisk doesn't exist because Kingpin only got together.
Yeah.
When Daredevil series came out, so unless that happened for Richard Fisk to be born,
or he could be from a previous relationship.
Yeah, but unless it's Vanessa's previous relationship, and then Richard Fisk adopts him and then becomes Richard Fisk, that
could
kind
be.
of doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might do the Rose and else completely,
Yeah, they might just change it to someone else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I don't think we'll be seeing the Rose in a Spider-Man movie.
No.
Maybe just off-screen murdered by the Punisher, even. But whatever. We still got to see the Owl.
Yeah. The Owl. Yeah. I guess we have to wait and see. Wait and see.
So, that will conclude our episode on. Even though we've been talking about other stuff as well,
but
here and there, all these things where we're talking about stuff and then it relates to something else, and you like have a side conversation about that. You have to,
it still kind of fits.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm the mysterious friend, Jane, who's also employer, who's also a supervillain on the side.
And I am the man who will get his subordinate to move all the stuff from a top secret facility and then blow him up. Carl Charles.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. I was like, oh yeah, he done that, didn't he? What a loser.
I was going to say, I forgot to mention as well, there was one panel in Spider-Man, like so the Hobgoblin, he had this whatever with Spider-Man, and then he changed back into civilian guys, but you don't see his face. He steps out of a building, whatever, and then Mary Jane, like, oh yeah, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
So then logically, people saying, of all the suspects that were the Hobgoblin, only one of them, Mary Jane, and that's Roderick Kingsley, because it wouldn't be Richard Fisk, because she wouldn't have known Richard Fisk.
No.
And then some other people, Ned Leeds. Okay, maybe it's Ned Leeds, but at that point,
Yeah. But,
Yeah. So it's like one of those. It throws people for a loop if it was one other suspect's not, and you got the thing that throws other the whole list of suspects off if you're trying to cross the dots.
Yeah. Just trying to be controversial for controversial sakes. Yeah. Mystery. Yeah. So
yeah.
But yeah, thank you for listening to us speak about the Hobgoblin and other stuff. While you're here, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review if you listen to it on the audio podcast app, whatever. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Like us on YouTube, subscribe to us. All our social media handles and our YouTube channel can be found at the top of the screen if you're watching this. If you're listening to this on the audio realm, it can be found in our description bar down below. And yeah, if you've got any questions, anything, let us know. Like, who's your favorite Hobgoblin? Or do you think the Hobgoblin is just
what's the best Hobgoblin story that you've read?
Yeah.
What do you think about the retcons of Roderick Kingsley's new
venture,
line of employment,
Yeah. Let us know, and do that in the comments down below. And until next time, guys, I'd like to thank you for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.